chat, if you buy these, this is like the equivalent of gooning. This is the zombies equivalent of being a gooner. If you're buying these packs. If you've ever bought one of these packs, you need to like sort your life out. You need to sort your life out. I'm dead ass. I'm so dead ass. If you're sitting here buying these regularly once a week, bro, nah, quit the game. Actually quit the game, dog. No. We can't be allowing people to do that. We can't. We actually can't do this, Gooning gum. No, bro. Who's buying Gooning gum packs, bro? Yo, you buy Gooning gum? Oh, that's cool, bro. Oh, that's cool. You like Call of Duty Zombies and you like Gooning gum? Damn, okay. Oh, hi, what's your name? Oh, okay, nice to meet you. So what are your hobbies? Oh, okay, cool. I'm hearing you like video games. Okay, cool. Video games are cool. That can be cool. Okay, you like Call of Duty Zombies? Okay, well, it's not the coolest video game in the world, but it's oh, you like buying, you buy balls? You spend your money on balls? Okay, tell me more. Oh, they're called Gooning gum balls. Interesting. Right. Wow, it was so wonderful getting to know you and your hobbies. You like buying Gooning gum balls in Call of Duty TM, Zombies TM. Wow. Holy wow. I'm so glad you have hobbies. Hell yeah. Come downstairs. Timmy, come downstairs and tell the family about your Gooning gum balls. Come downstairs and tell everyone. You're standing in the corner of the party. They don't know that I bought the master Gooning gum ball pack, and they don't know that I've got a perkaholic. They don't know, chat. They have no idea that I have a bundle of balls waiting for me at home when I'm home from this party I don't want to be at. I can play with my Goonie balls. Oh, God. They don't know. None of them know, chat. The important things in life. Bro, imagine you're accounting, right? For your like monthly expenses. And you're like, all right. Income from my job, $2,500, okay? $2,500 income from my job. Awesome, okay. Smashing. And then it's like, okay, rent. Well, rent's quite expensive, unfortunately. You're in shared accommodation, and you're paying about $1,500 a month for your accommodation, okay? So you're paying $1,500. So you're down already. You've got $1,000 left per month. Now, food is pretty expensive. Food's pretty expensive. You're spending about $200 a week on food, okay? All right. So that's $800 of your $1,000. You've got $200 left. Now, thankfully, you have a bicycle and you cycle to work. So you don't need to worry about a car payment. You're good there. Let's be honest, you didn't go to university. You don't have student loans. Let's be honest here. All right, so you've just got $200 of disposable income. You got to pay your bills. You got to pay your electric bill and your gas bill. Let's say that's $100. Let's say that you got a pretty good deal here, okay? Let's say you got a pretty good deal. We got $100 of disposable income left. Now, when we're thinking about our $100 of disposable income, chat, are we thinking, well, with that money, it's $200 a month. If I put that in a savings account, okay? I put that in savings. and I slowly but surely put that away, and I save some money, and some of it goes into my pension, and some of it goes into just a standard savings account, are we thinking maybe one day you could use that to help support a family? Are we thinking that, chat? All right, with our, what did I say, $100 remaining, are we thinking we could put 50 bucks in the pension and 50 bucks into the savings account? Are we thinking about the fact that 50 bucks a month over the course of the year, all right, you could have a grand saved, all right, you save 10% a year, you do that for 10 years, you're going to be actually having some significant savings starting to show up, okay? Are you thinking about that, chat? No, you're not. You're going home, chat, and you're saying, I've got 100 bucks a month, which means I have 25 bucks a week, which means I can buy 1,800 COD points a week, which means I can goon on Call of Duty. That's what you're thinking, chat, and that's why we got into this mess. That's why we got here in the first place, is you keep buying the balls. If you just understood that your 100 bucks of disposable income could support your future, maybe we wouldn't have gotten into this mess. But instead, you love balls, chat. And you love buying not just one at a time, you love 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 pairs of balls all at once. And you pay for them every week, don't you, chat? That's what you do. You get home on a Friday night, you get your paycheck for the week, and you say, what am I going to do with my paycheck? I want 19 pairs of balls immediately in my video game. I need it expeditiously. I want red balls. I want orange balls. All right, maybe even if I'm lucky, I'll have some left over and I can get some purple balls as well. That's what you're thinking, chat. God damn it. We dug this hole ourselves. Do you understand this, guys? Do you understand why we are here? We went from DLCs, right? Which would cost, I don't remember exactly what it was, like 1,200 COD points or something, the equivalent, right? A DLC would be like 15 bucks, something like that. The DLCs used to be 15 bucks because then every quarter you'd spend $15 and you would get your content. But instead, Noah J456 has got you guys hooked, right? He's injected it. He's injected the needle. I see you in the chat, Noah. He's injected the needle straight into your veins. And it all started 10 years ago, okay? When you guys were all toddlers. You guys were toddlers, and Noah J booted up Call of Duty Black Ops 3. And what did Noah J do? Welcome to the stream, Noah. Noah J, during the stream, with all these wonderful toddlers watching, Noah J booted up Dr. Monty's factory. And what did he do? He started spinning, bro. He started spinning, and he set the community on a path. He set them on a path, chat. We got ball spinning for a whole year in Black Ops 3, and what happened after that? Legal action happened after that. Literally, globally, worldwide, games industry went, hold on, maybe these loot boxes are rotting everyone's brains, right? Maybe this is a terrible, terrible direction for us to go in. And the gobblegums disappeared. But you know what didn't disappear, chat? The profits didn't disappear. And you know what else didn't disappear, chat? Neuron activation. Neuron activation in all of your brains. That's what didn't disappear. The neuron activation remained. And so 10 years later, when they brought back the opportunity for you to spend your singular $100 paycheck on 19 pairs of concurrent, simultaneous balls, you had no choice. You actually had no choice. It was in your very DNA by that point. Wired into your skulls. You must have the balls. No, I will not have a pension. No, I will not support my family. I must have 19 pairs of concurrent orange and red balls. How far we have fallen, chat. How far we've fallen. So if, chat, if you find yourself tempted, just know there are people you can talk to. They exist, they're out there, there are support groups for these things. Okay? If you feel the urge in you, if you're feeling drawn, and there is an addiction present that you know is present, just as Noah suffers from this, so too may you. So too do you, in fact. I know it's true. The colorful balls, Anon, do not be tempted. Do not go quietly. Do not crush quietly into the gentle, bally night, chat. Do not do it. Do not crush them quietly. Crush them loudly, and then crush the addiction, chat. For once and for all. It must be done. Do you know how big a scourge on your life this addiction will be? Have you considered this? Have you fathomed that in 20 years, right? It starts off with 19 pairs of concurrent simultaneous balls. But then, when your rent goes up next year, and you can't make your rent money, what do you think you're gonna do, chat? Because we all know well and good, you can't stop paying for the balls. So what do we do if the rent money goes up? Answer me that. When the rent price increases, when the retail price index is soaring, when the global economy is on its knees, chat, you're still going to be desperate for the balls. And so what are you going to do? Other things in your life are going to start falling apart. Day by day. Your flatmate is going to ask you to buy toilet paper for the house because you've run out and it's your turn to buy it. You guys are going to be out of toilet paper for months. What's going to happen when your mum has an accident, she stubs her toe, and she needs a little bit of toe surgery? You're going to be like, Mum, I'm so sorry. Your toes are less important to me than my balls. I need my balls. And you know that, Mum. Your toe will heal itself. All right? It's just a toe, Mum. Grow up. And your mum's going to look you in the eye and she's going to say, is this the son I raised? Is this the daughter I brought up? Is this my child sacrificing my toes for their simultaneous 19 concurrent pairs of balls? Is that who I brought into this world? And your mother will look at you and she will ask if the child she raised is still in there. And she won't be sure anymore. She won't be sure. It will escalate, chat, from there. No toilet paper in the house. A mother that doesn't know anymore who you've become. You know what's going to happen then, chat? The support networks around you are going to start crumbling. Your own mother is going to find it harder to lend you an ear when you are struggling because she's going to be busy focusing on the fact that her toes don't work. Your flatmates are no longer going to have sympathy for you when you have a bad day at work. Why? Because they're not going to have any toilet paper. They're going to be sick of you. They're going to have resorted to hiding their own toilet paper in their room so that you can't use their toilet paper that they bought. That's what's going to happen, chat. And when the toilet paper's being hidden, so is the emotional support. So is the conversation at the dinner table. That's also going to go away. You think they're going to sit there and entertain a nothing burger conversation? Just a little bit of small talk, talking about your day? You think they're going to entertain that? When they're having to hide their TP from you, chat? It ain't happening. So you're slowly going to alienate the people around you that are closest to you. Bit by bit, piece by piece. And what's going to happen again then, chat? Year on year, what is going to happen? Rent money goes up. RPI goes up. Inflation goes up. Economy crumbles a little bit more. Right? Late stage empire. It's the way of the world. Gold prices are soaring. You're looking at gold. You're looking at crypto. You're looking at the stock market, and you're thinking, wow, all these things, they're exponentially increasing. It's ballooning. It's running away with itself. Can we trust the global economy to stay on its own 2 feet? Can we trust that it's gonna find its footing? Can we trust that it's gonna still have a place for you in the world? You're gonna question this, but you're gonna look at your pension. And you're gonna look at your savings account, and what are they gonna look like? They're going to look like one ball, chat, a big fat 0. That's what they're going to look like. Because you had to have 19 pairs of simultaneous concurrent balls. This won't go on forever, don't get me wrong. It won't go on forever. And you know why? Because our economy cannot sustain your endless ball purchases. You're actually having an impact on the global financial system by doing this. Endless ball purchases leads to endless waves of slop content, slop microtransactions, slop art, slop media. What happens when we only get slop media is the masses get dumber, chat. Art is one of the best ways for general society, those who are uneducated, to still pierce through the miasma of the world and find eternal universal truth without need for higher education, without need for a financial system to actually support them, without those things. But if art is under threat because you can't stop buying the balls, consider what that will do for humanity, chat. Consider the implications that your balls have on the world. Not only that, but this will be a world getting increasingly less social. This is a world getting more distant from one another because the world is no longer willing to listen to you talk about your balls addiction because you've alienated your mum's toes and you've alienated your flatmate's toilet paper. And a world that has a global illiteracy problem due to an absolute lack of piercing and sharp art is a world which will absolutely vaporize due to the value extraction of those at the very top. That is what will happen. The more that the general masses can be taken advantage of, the more those with the power to do so will do so. It will happen. This is not fear-mongering. This is guaranteed. If you do not arm yourself, you are genuinely going to end up walking into infinite problems for the rest of your life, and the arming of yourself that you need to do is knowledge, wisdom, mental acuity. You need these things to be laser sharp. We are entering the era of artificial intelligence. If your intelligence is that of a fish, if your intelligence is that of a cow, how do you expect to find a place for yourself in the world of AI? How do you expect that to happen when your mum turns her back on you? You need to be sharper than ever before. You need to be absolutely focused over the next decade of your life on carving out a space for the humanity inside yourself. And by buying the balls and endlessly gooning in Call of Duty, what are you doing? You're saying, I don't need to prioritize that. And instead, I need my goony gums, higher priority, more important to me. Short-term satisfaction, I'm not going to think about the long-term, I'm going to push it away forever. That long-term cannot be pushed away forever. It cannot. I'm deadly serious. You know how many people today, you know how many people have already started losing some of their mental sharpness, some of their critical thinking? They've been losing it because so much has been made so straightforward and easy online through ChatGPT and all these things. You know how slippery a slope it is to think, oh, I need to write a heartfelt message for my coworker right now who's going through it and has having a bad time. Let me throw it in AI. Let me make AI do it for me. Your own emotional development is being eroded by use of these pieces of software. So if you think that that alone might be a problem, consider how greater a problem it might be if you outsource even the most basic of thinking about your fellow humans while simultaneously sitting at home in the basement or the attic away from the family while they're downstairs having dinner, having a conversation, and you're upstairs playing with your 19 pairs of balls. Think about what that's going to do to you as a person. It's not a future you want. Believe me, it's not a future you want. Sometimes the hard path is the only path. Because all other paths lead to ruin. And the saddest thing is, those paths of ruin are paths of ruin that you as a person won't even really truly notice. Because by the point it happens, your brain will have turned to gray, ball-shaped slop. You'll have nothing left in there. It will be your mother mourning the old you that will be the true path of ruin. It will be your friends wanting to invite you out to go do something fun, but then thinking, man, I wish my friend was like they used to be, but I know they're not like that anymore. I know they've lost it. I know they'll say no. And they'll invite you, they'll try because they're your friends and they will try. But there will come a point where they have to prioritize themselves because you keep letting them down. Because you prefer 19 pairs of concurrent simultaneous balls on a weekly cadence. The elites will take control more and more as the global population, the greater population, slips down this path. They will do it because those with mental brain power left to spend at that point will look around them and they will see millions, nay, billions of drones who are absolutely at the mercy of these financial ball-crushing machines. And in that scenario, they too will be fighting tooth and nail against the onset of artificial intelligence eating up people's jobs. The onset of the crumbling of the financial system. They will be fighting that battle just as you should be. The difference, though, is that they will have the means to do something about it because their brains will still work. The neural connections that they will have built will be ones of survival, not ones of goonery. While you have just been firing off dopamine over and over again for your little ball serotonin injections, they will have been fighting to survive and learning and growing from it and becoming greater men and greater women. And it is at that point that they will look to you with nothing behind your eyes any longer. A blank stare, a grey stare, chat. A listless, an absolutely baffled stare as you stare out at the world, unblinking, drooling slightly, your skin decaying on your face as you wander around. They will look to you and they will say, that is someone I can take advantage of. If that person is so hooked on balls, how else can I use their money for my gain? That's the world that we will walk into. You think that it's going to be easy for you to break other habits while you're in this vicious vortex of a cycle? You think that's going to be straightforward to do? It's going to be near impossible to escape from. Near impossible. So you're going to have all sorts of other dreadful things happening in your life. It's all going to start crumbling. And the result is going to be you give your life away for the profit of a corporation who today might just want to make some balls, but who tomorrow will own all the housing in your country. They will own all the companies that are worth working for. They will own the entire means of producing anything of any note, any value. They will control the art. They will control the science. They will control it all. And you will be there with no handhold on anything worth any meaning, because your hands will be firmly grasping 19 pairs of concurrent simultaneous balls on a weekly cadence for the rest of your life. And that's all you will have. So tell me, chat, is that the future you want for yourself? Tell me right now. Is that the future that you see being the best path for yourself? Is that what you want for the future of your fellow man? Remember, it's not just about us. Okay? It's not just about us. With every one of us that falls to Goonie Gum, so too does another, because we've normalized it. When Noah J was injecting those gobblegums in 2015, he too had this problem, and he too needed support. When the gooning addiction came for Noah J, we pointed and we laughed. And for some of you, you clapped along. We didn't give him help. Now, with thousands more, nay, millions more, facing the same struggle, do we point and laugh, chat? Or do we take a stand? Do we fight for what is right? Do we preach to the masses and help them realize there is so much at stake here? Today, it's 19 pairs of balls. Tomorrow, you're a drone, and your entire life has run away from you. And you've let it happen. I beg of you, chat, heed my warning today. Heed it. Do we want to goon? Say it with me. No. When you're sitting there considering Chaos Concoction, the master pack, when you're sitting there considering it, tell yourself, it's $18 today, but it's my future tomorrow. And I'm pleading with you, if you care about humanity, if you care about the future of our species, if you care about your family, and if you care about your friends, say no to gooning gum. Do what's right. All of our lives depend on it. Resist! Resist, chat! Resist it! Resist! Resist the balls. Resist them. We must. We must resist the balls. We must do it. I really got to get off this page now. Oh my god. No, there's more balls! Take them away! No! Haunting me. Following me everywhere.